There's nothing quite like nature's beauty. Today, we're going green with the Horticulture Club. We will also be sitting down with the Dean of STEM Pathway, getting a deep look into green programs at MATC. This and more on this episode of MATC Now. Good afternoon and welcome back to this episode of MATC Now. I'm your host, Nicolas Calvache. Thanks for joining us. Joining me today in the studio is Johanna O'Boyle, an instructor in the Landscape Horticulture program. Johanna, we are so happy to have you today.
I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much. What is it that you do here at MATC?
I'm the lead faculty for the Arborist Apprenticeship program, and I'm also an instructor in the Landscape Horticulture program.
Very cool. How long have you been doing that?
Since 2021.
Oh, okay. Very cool. What were you doing before that?
I was operating Milwaukee's first woman-owned tree care company.
Wow, impressive. We'll check back in later. How about we check in at the Mequon campus with our field correspondent. Max, how's it going out there?
Thanks, Nick. Today, we're here at the MATC Mequon campus checking out its colorful greenhouse. Stay tuned to dig in to what gives MATC its green thumb.
Can't wait to see what you have for us, Max. There isn't anything quite like taking a minute to breathe and enjoy the beauties of nature. Student producer Ethan Ramirez talks with a diet technician instructor on how a healthy diet and mind can strengthen your body. But before that, student passion reporter Lasierra Flowers and student producer Osiris Dagri highlight a student's love and enjoyment of nature.
Ecophilia is the deep love and connection a person may have with nature. According to them, nature has been the coolest gift human race has ever received. Hi, I'm Lasierra Flowers, and this is a Student Passion Report. Francis Bresser is a student in the animation program at MATC and is a lover of biology and nature. During his free time, he tries his best to spend most of his time walking around the rivers, in the woods, and sometimes looking for tiny lives. When did your connection with nature begin?
I've been pretty into nature since I was really young. I mean, I always had dinosaur books. I always was interested in specific animals.
In your own words, how would you describe ecophilia?
It's a deep love for nature is how I'd describe it. A really deep love for nature.
What is it about nature that fascinates you?
A lot of things. I just have a general interest in science, and I happen to take a lot of interest in nature itself. Mostly I like knowing how life works, evolution and its study. Evolutionary biology is something that I am particularly interested in. I also just really like studying bugs and plants. I tried to find some bugs earlier, but I couldn't really find any. The most I've got is this mounted, you know, the pinned bugs in containers. I got this really pretty blue morpho butterfly, this massive butterfly that they find in rainforests and stuff in a glass container. It's really cool. But
how often do you spend your time exploring nature?
Not as much as I'd like. I really like going out, but I don't really get much opportunity to, unfortunately. But I mean, I try to go out as much as I can. It's crazy to think that how much every single thing ties into the ecosystem like that. You've got I mean, obviously the plant life, it's able to make this beautiful area just by existing, and I think that's really cool. And then on top of that, you've got all these other creatures that are able to feed off the plants, and then the creatures feed off the other creatures, and then it's those creatures die, and then it feeds back into the plants, and it's like, you know, the whole life cycle, and I think that's really awesome.
It has been proven that for stress relief, it could be beneficial to be exposed to the natural environment. Some people like to go into the woods for a walk, and it reduces their anxiety. Being close to nature may increase a feeling of connection with oneself. There are many other benefits to spending personal time admiring the beauty of nature. It is a sign of gratitude.
A healthy body and mind begins with knowing a healthy diet and what it can do. Let's hear from diet technician Heidi Kate.
I've been here for about 15 years at MATC in the Nutrition and Dietetic Technician program as an instructor and program chair for the past about 7 years. From the beginning, I've always enjoyed teaching others, especially about nutrition. One of my first positions as a nutritionist in the WIC office, I had the opportunity to teach young new moms and their young children about how to choose healthful foods. And from there, I moved on into teaching individuals in a variety of different settings, from hospital, inpatient, outpatient, as well as consulting as a nutrition professional. And when I moved into higher education, I had the chance to teach future dietitians, nurses, and here at MATC, nutrition and dietetic technicians, dietary managers, community health and nutrition navigator students. So I have always enjoyed it. It's a wonderful opportunity to kind of share my knowledge with others who then can go out and share it with many more people.
Having knowledge of food and nutrition is very important for improving one's health.
All health and well-being. It's important to eat well-balanced meals, and when I say that, I mean ensuring that you have a good balance of your macronutrients, carbohydrate, protein, and fat, and your micronutrients, all vitamins and minerals. So when you put your meals together, make sure that you have a source of a carbohydrate, which are grains, rice, cereal, as well as our fruits and vegetables. And when you're selecting your fruits and vegetables, try to get 5 of them every day, a variety of colors. The colorful fruits and vegetables is the key to getting the nutrition that you need, and also making sure that you're getting a good source of protein.
Sometimes the first step to being healthy is knowing what to eat.
Oftentimes in today's population, we consume far too much caffeine. That can be dehydrating. It also can have effect on our heart functioning. You need to be mindful of the amount of caffeine that you're drinking in a day and from what sources, because extremely high caffeine beverages can cause cardiac issues, so we want to be aware of that as well. And in addition to healthful food choices, of course, moving our bodies to help us use our energy. Whatever your overall healthier you looks like, there's really 3 really important components to remember: a well-balanced diet, physical activity, and sleep. Exercise and sleep are just as important for a healthier you as maintaining a good balanced diet as well. So not to forget about those things.
There is nothing like a healthy diet to strengthen your health and your body.
Nature can reveal itself in so many ways. It's about saving the balance, peace, and beauty that makes life worth living.
A little birdie told me that out on our campus, reporter is out on an adventure on the Mequon campus. Hey Max, how's it going out there? Max?
Thanks, Nick. As I mentioned earlier, we're here at the MATC Mequon campus's greenhouse, and today I have Lauren Reckinger with me. Lauren, how's it going today?
Good. Thanks for visiting, Max.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having us here. Now, can you tell us what you do here at the greenhouse?
Yeah, I'm like the unofficial greenhouse manager, so I keep this in tip-top shape and running, and I make sure the plants are alive and the bugs aren't eating them.
Obviously, that's an important job. And now, what are some of the people, or who are some of the people that you work with here?
Yeah, so a lot of the students end up doing a lot of the propagation as part of like their learning experience, but we also have student volunteers and student workers helping out in the greenhouse.
Very cool. And now, I see behind us you guys have some what almost looks like, little leaves here in the ground. Can you kind of explain to us what's going on back here?
Yeah, so these are snake plants. Snake plants are really interesting because you don't need a full leaf to propagate it. And the students in Intro to Hort are taking different hormones and they're trying to see which hormone helps the plant root
Very cool.
the best. That one's not rooting. So yeah.
And then I see over here we also have what looks like octopus tentacles coming out of the ground here. What are these all about over here?
That's a spider plant. We've got a student who is interested in seeing how the spider plant that they have at home propagates.
Okay.
So they did it in soil and they also did it in water, which is really interesting. And it's only been 2 weeks, but it's already rooting.
Very cool. And is that a usual timetable for those kind of plants?
I think for spider plants, but all the other plants, like they all have different timelines for growing.
Very cool. Now, what are some of the other tools that you guys work with here in the greenhouse?
Yeah, so this greenhouse is really high tech. We've got misting benches that are automated. We just have to learn how to use them properly depending on what plant we've got growing there. We've got drip lines that we can hook up to the different pots. And all of our vents and stuff are controlled by a really high-tech program.
Very cool. And now, what are some of the other plants that you guys grow here? I saw over here we have one of my favorite flowers, the marigolds. But what else do you guys grow here in the greenhouse?
Yeah, we grow whatever we can get our hands on. Coleus is a really popular one. This is easy to propagate. A grower donated these begonias to us.
Beautiful.
An instructor had this plant at home. It's an anthurium, and these guys take 3 years to flower, so that should be really interesting to see. And then we've also got like various herbs we like to propagate, such as this guy. I'm sure you know what this is, Max.
Yes, I love rosemary. Rosemary is one of the absolute best smelling plants. Just literally the only one that beats this one is oregano, but I digress.
Yes.
Now, obviously, as we came into this the second portion of the greenhouse here, we saw all of these wonderful plants, but I see back here that you guys have what looks to be like a lot of the same plant. Can you kind of explain what's going on here in the back?
Yeah, so we've kind of got a tradition where every year we grow poinsettias for Christmas time. And this year we've got 7 different types. Poinsettias are really cool because they're a great opportunity for students to learn how to grow a very fussy plant. So in greenhouse production, they get to observe all the differences, like this one doesn't need as many nutrients as, say, the white ones there. And yeah, just learn about poinsettias, and then hopefully we get to sell them at the end of the year.
Very cool. Now, can you tell us a little bit about this sale? I've heard about it a little bit, but where can people go to buy some of these plants, and when is that happening?
Yeah, we're going to have the plant sale here on campus, and the students are putting together the timeline for that. We're looking at the first week of December, but we'll make sure everybody knows. So there will be posters around and everything. So
very cool. Well, you heard her, obviously. Thank you, Lauren, for having us here today. We really appreciate your time. And Nick, back to you in the studio.
Unbelievable what resources MATC provides for its students to get them prepared for their careers. And now, student producers Andre Gonzalez and Khalil Gant take us into new waters with environmental health and water quality tech. A hands-on learning experience testing water, air, and learning the science of environmental safety. But before that, student producer Gigi Gray lets us know that nature's beauty reveals itself in so many different ways.
Nature's beauty reveals itself in so many forms, from bright, endless skies that lift your spirit to calming blue waters that seem to wash away every worry. It's in the winding trails built for walking, biking, and simply taking it all in, where the rustle of leaves and the rhythm of your own footsteps remind you to slow down. And when the day fades, the night sky takes over, vast, quiet, and full of stars that remind us of how small we are in the most beautiful way.
I believe that God created everything, and it's crazy how like every single leaf is like different from the next one, and like even looking at a tree or something, like you see all the little details in the bark, and it's like, it's crazy how like not one single tree is like the same as the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And there's all these different types of trees, and there's different types of flowers, and even like the rocks? Like, who put all those rocks there? You know what I mean? So yeah, even just like looking into little details, I think it's really cool to look and just see how things are different from each other, and really just how intentional God was when he put everything together, making it not just like similar or like boring. Like, no, it's a very vibrant and like awesome earth that we live on, where things are like exciting and you can look at different stuff and be like, wow, this is different from before.
My responsibility is to stop throwing stuff out the window and stop smoking in the bad air, because that can make bad air for real. And yeah, our also responsibility is to make sure we dispose everything into the right trash can instead of putting in recycled trash and trash and trash and recycle. So yeah, that is our responsibility when it comes to nature.
Their reflections challenge us to look beyond the moment, to think about the generations that will one day walk the same trails, swim in the same waters, and gaze at the same stars. Nature gives freely, asking only that we care enough to preserve it, because in the end, protecting the earth isn't just about saving trees or oceans. It's about saving the balance, peace, and beauty that make life worth living.
I have been teaching this for now almost more than 20 years, and I have enjoyed it because I think I am doing a very important job of creating environmental guardians for future. Because the students, the graduates from the program, they would in one or the other way contribute to saving environment and working towards community health and environmental health. So we look into some phytoplanktons, we look into some periphytons, so we look into different algae samples. Apart from that, during fall, we work with aquatic plants. So students learn how to identify between aquatic plants and presence of those aquatic plants, what they indicate about the water quality. We look at the macroinvertebrates, the bugs and the critters that we find in our fresh waters, and apart from that, we identify fishes. All these are biological indicators that help us in assessing the water quality. We are getting hands-on lab skills. They are learning how to assess environmental health conditions, be it on field or in lab, how to apply the learned skills when they are at job. Prepping up labs, because some of our graduates, they go into lab jobs and then sometimes they are working all by themselves. So how to follow the instructions, how to prep up the labs, they're learning all those skills. So yep, we are learning plenty of skills: sample collection, sample analysis, and then data analysis. So yep.
For me, being a student in the Environmental Health and Water Quality Technology program it's really great. I've always really been interested in science. I've always really been interested in how the world works and how we as human beings affect it. And using this program, using the knowledge that they're giving me here, that's really what I get to learn. I get to learn how I can help change the world.
It's something that it's a meaningful process that I want to go through. I really enjoy it, learning stuff that really I'm getting into, that I want to in my field. What I want to learn personally, though, is kind of how humans have impacted the environment and how we could go about reversing that.
It's great here because MATC provides me with support that I need. I have a good team to work with. They are very supportive. And I'm not just teaching, I'm learning every day working here. So I enjoy every day of my job here.
saving trees or oceans. It's about saving the balance, the peace, and the beauty that makes life worth living. Now joining us in the studio today to give us an insight into the STEM pathway is Dr. Michael Jenkins, the Dean of the STEM pathway. Thank you for being here, Dr. Jenkins.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. So our first question for you is, as Dean, what do you do here at MATC?
Well, obviously I lead the STEM pathway, but to me I think the most important thing is I support our students and our faculty to help people be successful in their programs, their pathway, and ultimately in a career in STEM.
Of course, of course. What would you say helps make someone within their career?
Well, I think a lot of it comes down to, on the front end, we have to help people figure out what their best option is, where their passion is, where their talents are. And then as we go through, it's a matter of helping them be successful in their coursework and moving toward graduation.
Right, right, of course. So with some of that coursework, what would you say are some examples of these courses that are provided to students?
Well, you already talked about the Environmental Health and Water Quality program. That is part of the STEM pathway. But also we have a range of other courses related to nature, environmental science. Believe it or not, chemistry does a lot of soil analysis and other analysis around protecting our environment.
Right.
And we even have a class called Plague, Power, and People, designed to look at how humans interact with the environment.
Interesting, okay, very cool.
And then what kind of hands-on experience do our students get in your program?
Well, we obviously emphasize hands-on experience at MATC. The environmental health program, again, is focused on a lot of field trips out into the real world. Same with Chem Tech. Actually, most of our programs have various ways of interfacing with potential employers. And we do have a wide range of labs for our programs that are designed to be state-of-the-art, cutting edge, so that students, even when they're on campus, get to practice with things that will help them when they get out and pursue their career.
Right.
Very cool. Are there any scholarships or internships that are offered to students in the program?
Absolutely. STEM is a very lucrative field, and part of that is there is an interest in supporting students. We do have some scholarships, notably, for example, Skills to Build is a scholarship that supports students going through particularly electronics programs in STEM. And then we also have a BioHealth Tech Hub grant that also provides support and wraparound services to our brand new, coming in January of 2026, biotechnology program. We're actually planning to do an official opening on November 18th. More details to be announced. Please stay tuned.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's very cool. Thank you so much for sharing. So thank you so much for being a guest on the show today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. Seems like Chef Rahni snuck up into the kitchen and cooked up something good. Rahni, how's it going over there?
Thanks. And welcome to this week's cooking. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Mother's Nature's healthy sandwich, a very delicious meal option for any day. The ingredients that I have brought are multigrain bread, cream cheese, grated carrots, thinly sliced cucumber, I'm gonna be slicing this tomato, chili powder, Colby Jack cheese, lettuce, and lastly, alfalfa sprouts. First, you're gonna wanna take a butter knife or whichever you like to use and spread your cream cheese onto your bread. And you're gonna spread cream cheese on both sides. And then once cream cheese is on both slices, we are going to sprinkle some chili powder on both slices, just so we could add a little extra flavor. And now for my tomato, I'm going to take my sharp knife and thinly slice. You want to make sure that you cut thin slices so that you don't just take a full bite of just tomato. This tomato is very overwhelming. And you also want to make sure when you cut your cucumbers, they're thinly sliced too, because again, cucumbers are very overwhelming as well. Just gonna add it. It's gonna do do 2 on both. Oh, might as well do the last. Now I'm going to sprinkle my grated carrots on both sides, so you can add a nice crunch to it. Some other things that you could add to this sandwich is beefsteak, provolone cheese, lemon juice, and kosher salt. But this is a vegetarian dish, so we're not going to be adding any meat today. We're going to add our Calvache on both slices of bread. Now we're going to add our lettuce on both sides, just for a little more extra crunch like the carrots. Alfalfa sprouts are a bit interesting ingredient, as they are a part of the flowering plant of the legumes family, and it can be found in the UK or even in South Africa. It's crazy. Now I already added my Calvache cheese and my lettuce, so now we can assemble the sandwich. It's gonna flip. Ooh, she's thick. Now we're just gonna cut open our sandwich and see how it looks inside. And voila, she's finished. Again, this meal is delicious, perfectly nutritious, and makes a great meal prep. Thanks for joining us this week, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Rahni. That sandwich looks delicious. It looks like Nick is ready for the MATC Minute. Let's hear it, Nick.
Teaser Tuesday. Pop in every Tuesday afternoon over at the Oak Creek main atrium on the 28th. From 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., all students are encouraged to join. You can head over to the MEC 1 campus for game night. Join us for pizza, soda, and board games on the 28th from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. in the cafeteria. On the 30th, the women's volleyball team will be storming Harper College. The game is 2 hours long from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., so don't forget to bring your snacks. On November 3rd, join us for Mondays in Q for a game of pool on the Oak Creek campus from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Atrium B. Whether you're a seasoned pool player or just a beginner, all are welcome. For more information on dates and times of these and all other events happening around campus, check out matc.edu/events.
Thanks, Nick. I'll stop by an event after classes. Now let's take a walk with student producer Anthony Momoa for this week's Hidden Gem KE.
Hello, I'm student producer Anthony Momoa here at Menominee Valley Community Park, and this is another Hidden Gem KE. From where I'm standing, it might not look like a lot, but right beside me is a park full of history and beautiful sights to see. So let's go check it out.
Back in 1847, this was once Wisconsin's first railroad, making its first run on November 20th, 1850. Today, it pays homage to those thousands of Milwaukee Railroad employees who worked on this exact work site.
Some say if you were standing in this very same spot 150 years ago, there's a chance you would be in the way of a passing train. But this land's history goes deeper than that, so let's go a little further back.
In the 1800s, this was once Native American land filled with prairies and a never-flowing river. Today, Menominee Valley Community Park is those two history lessons combined. Not only does this park have countless seating areas for you to immerse yourself in nature, it also offers large open fields, perfect for playing. And of course, we can't forget, it also has plenty more of nature's beauty. And if you're lucky, you might even catch a train.
It's not just a community park, but a whole valley. There's so much more to see and explore. Hope to see you there soon. I'm student producer Anthony Mamawa, and this has been another Hidden Gem KE.
Thanks, Anthony. That looks like a great spot to relax and reconnect with nature. Johanna, Michael, I'd like to thank both of you for joining me on the show today.
Thank you.
And of course, I'd like to thank you, the viewer, for joining us this week on MATC Now. I'm your host, Nick Calvache, and I'll see you next time.